Media publicity can also be used to generate sales, and the comic book industry is no stranger to utilizing it when there's a big event to push. When The Dark Knight Returns and Watchmen became huge hits, there was a calculated media blitz. And also when Spider-Man got a new black costume, and when Superman was killed off. If the same aggressive pursuit of media attention is used to promote comic books as valid entertainment for all audiences, and not just to promote a new fad, the public would take notice. Currently, media attention to comic books is still largely negative. But there are fans of comics everywhere in the media, from journalists to actors to musicians, and if these voices were to speak out to counterbalance the derision heaped upon the medium, then perhaps the stigma would begin to lose some of its sting. The recent rise in the number of successful comic book-themed movies and television shows has helped in this regard, but this momentum must be maintained and increased. There have been an astounding number of missed opportunities for comic books to get some promotion, especially considering how many products are licensed from comic books. I've already mentioned television and movies, but there are thousands of toys, video games, and other items based on comic book characters, and these vital marketing tools have been going to waste. The comic book industry has been producing lots of properties for other entertainment media to feed off of. It's time for this to become more of a mutually beneficial situation. There's little evidence that a video game or a movie by itself will cause a substantial increase in comic book sales. But if some incentive is included with these items, the chance of that happening would greatly increase. Why shouldn't, say, every Spider-Man action figure come with a coupon for a free Spider-Man comic book, or a discount on a 3 or 6 month subscription to a Marvel title? Or better yet, why not package miniature comic books with the toys the way they did with the original Masters of the Universe figures? The comics wouldn't necessarily have to be tied into regular Spider-Man or Ultimate Spider-Man continuity, but should definitely have some sort of promotion for the regular titles and have the comic book store locator toll-free number or the master list's URL printed inside the cover. The same goes for toys based on DC's or any other publisher's characters. Recent video games based on comic book characters have done a good job of including material from the comics as bonuses within the game. For instance, completing certain parts of the game may unlock a gallery within the game where the player can view exclusive art or images from comic book covers or something similar. Why not give something more tangible along with the game? As with action figures, coupons or mini comics could be included in the game packaging. It's not unheard of to include movie tickets or some sort of coupon with video games and DVDs, so comic book coupons should be second nature. In addition to the aforementioned mini comic, a good idea would be for the mini comic to include a few reprinted pages from the current comic book story, ending in some sort of cliffhanger where the reader would have to buy an issue of the actual series to continue the tale. This sort of extra material would be perfectly appropriate for movies based on comic book properties and would serve as incentive to sell not only more comics but more of the movies and games in the first place, particularly with exclusive mini-comics. Every paper plate, every party hat, kite, yo-yo, notebook, folder, trading card, and other item licensed by a comic book publisher should have printed on it, along with the copyright information, the URL for the master list, or at the very least have it printed somewhere in the packaging, possibly with some sort of encouragement to visit a local store where comics are sold. Sure, these would cost money, but as with movie studios, the companies that are partnered with comic book publishers to produce these items can only gain from the increased exposure and interest in the characters their products are based upon.